So once again, we are simply giving our opinions, and because the intention of Own It is for you and I to become the best versions of ourselves, but we do that through owning the uniqueness of who we are as individuals. I say it all the time, and I will always repeat it. We are all unique in our own ways, and we all have a story that is worth sharing. Thank you, Shane. And everything that we shared on here, the intention is for all of us to feel uplifted, inspired. My hope with the show, my intention with the show every Tuesday is that at least one of you guys out there either feels uplifted, has a little bit better of a day, or you simply take something that you didn't know before and you apply it to your life. This is the intention, the whole intention with Own It, and that we all really and truly own who we are. It's been a journey for me of learning how to do that. I've gone through an intensive inner work over the years of truly learning my worth and knowing who I am, getting to know who I am, deprogramming, right? Reprogramming my mind and the things that I always thought that were the things I wanted to do, or it's a long topic and subject, but the whole point is I have come to the conclusion that only through truly owning who I am have I been able to, number one, impact someone else's life, impact my own life positively, but also have success at the things that I have done and continue to do and build every day in my life. So talking about that, the second disclaimer that I want to express to you guys is that this is a feature show, so not every single time I will be able to acknowledge each and every single one of you guys in here, but I will take breaks to give shout outs. I'll give shout outs to those of you guys sending gifts. Thank you so much. Allah's fave. Thank you. Appreciate you. I will take breaks throughout the show to give acknowledgement to top gifters. To thank you so much. So people engaging in the comments, because I do have my comments on. I see every single one of you guys on here, and I just want to acknowledge that I do see you. It's just that feature shows, we're not really supposed to stop the show every single time as we would in a regular live stream, okay? So also, please remember to not just give me love and give me favorites and all that stuff. Also do that to my guests, with my guests, because that is the whole intention of feature shows, in my opinion, is for all of us to plug each other, to connect each other with one another, to grow together, to mesh, or like, I guess I should say mix our communities on here. Every single one of us on here has communities, and the intention of feature shows, in my opinion, is for us to kind of mix all of our communities together and become bigger than what we are, because I do believe that, thank you, we can do a lot on our own, but we can do even bigger things when we're together, right? That is just my mindset. So with that said, I want to welcome you guys to Own It officially. Welcome. If you're new on here, I love you and I appreciate you spending time here, bringing your energy, sharing your energy with all of us. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, gifts are appreciated, but energy is truly valuable. So I really value you guys' time and just being here. Big shout out to Juliet, who's always supporting the show, and I see you, girl, in the comments. And yeah, you guys, so today we have, in my opinion, a great topic, okay? And I think a lot of us can relate with this. And yes, I will tell you the topic in just a minute, but I love me to introduce myself. I realized I didn't even introduce myself, and there's a lot of you guys that are new on here. My name is Cicely. I go by That Cuban Girl on my platforms because, yes, indeed, I am Cuban. I was born and raised in Cuba, left Cuba at 14, and I've been in LA for the last 10 years of my life, pursuing entertainment, doing a lot of things in entertainment, modeling, acting, ring girl, beauty queen. I have done it all. You name it, I've done it. I've been in movie sets, all these things. And I realized back in 2020 that my true passion was not acting. My true passion was really doing this: speaking, sharing, interviewing, teaching, right? Educating on the things that I already have experience in. Thank you so much. And I loved that Own It is still a feature show after 3 years. This month, and well, I'm gonna have to look back on this because I know I applied for Own It for it to be featured in August, but I think it actually got featured in September. I would have to go back, but either in August or September, we are turning 3 years old, you guys. I can't even believe I'm saying this. We started Own It in 2022. And I cannot believe that it's been almost 3 years of Own It. And I've been so blessed and thankful to, thank you, to be able to continue to make this show what it is. We've had so many episodes. I already lost count of how many episodes we've had at this point. We've never taken a season break. So I'm super proud of myself, and I'm super proud of the community that we've built on here. And I just want to say thank you so much to all of you guys for being part of Own It. So with that said, I'm going to share with you the topic of the day today. And again, this topic, I'm not going to talk about it, thank you, from a professional expert point, right? It's just my opinion, but it's something that I feel is important to talk about, especially for streamers that are just beginning and starting, and just anyone building a business or anybody building anything on social media or anything in your life ever. And both my guests, I think, probably are going to have great input in this because they both are people that are not only streamers, but they're doing other things as well. I would say a lot of things as well in their IRLs, right? So I'm really excited to talk about this. And the topic of the day today is, drum roll, hello, Slow Crush. The topic is imposter syndrome, you guys, and how to overcome it, okay? Imposter syndrome and how to overcome it. So I'm going to start by explaining to everybody what is imposter syndrome. This is just something I Googled. I am not an expert on this, okay? But this is what Google says that imposter syndrome is. And please forgive me, I am old school. So I literally have every single episode of Own It written down. It is a feature show, so no box, sorry. I already have both my guests on for today. If you guys want to be a guest on the feature show on Tuesday, please contact my admin Emoji Jang. He will add you to the guest list, okay? But thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Jay, are you here? Because Jay, you're supposed to be taking care of this. Okay, you guys. So what is imposter syndrome? Imposter syndrome is a psychological phenomenon characterized by persistent self-doubt and a feeling of fraudulence despite evidence of one's accomplishments. So in short, imposter syndrome is when you have enough experience in something, but you still don't believe that you are good enough or you have good enough value to be receiving the attention or the money or payment or whatever it is that you're receiving in your life. You feel like you're not good enough or valuable enough to be in the position that you are, whatever position that may be. You don't have to be famous for this. You could be a top doctor and still not feel that you're good enough to be there, right? So that is what imposter syndrome is. And I want to talk to you guys about a couple of things that I have done and I am doing to get over that imposter syndrome and to add more self-worth to myself. But before we continue, and I actually invite both my guests, can you please request the guest box? I want to welcome everybody in. Thank you for the likes, for the gifts. You guys, number 70, not bad, okay? Thank you for being here. Welcome to Own It. Thank you for all the favorites. I truly appreciate you, the favors, the gifts, the love, just you being here, the comments, okay? I want to invite you all to please write in the comment box. Oh my God, thank you. Write in the comment box. I wonder what sign that was. I'm a Taurus. Was that Taurus? I don't even know. Engage with the show. And if you guys have any questions, concerns, whatever, we're going to address them on here because I am reading you guys. Oh, it's Leo. My rising is in Leo. All right, you guys. So welcome to Own It. This is a feature show that happens here exclusively on the live streaming community of Meet Me every single Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time or 2 p.m. Pacific Time if you're on my side of the world, the West Coast. And today's topic on Own It, Today's topic on Own It is imposter syndrome, and I'm really excited to talk about this with both my guests today. We have two amazing guests. I'm going to see who's requested the guest box first. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to introduce my very first guest of the day. Please favorite them, go check out their streams, connect with them. Okay, super important. Okay, so my very first guest of the day is a daily streamer. She is a teacher by day, a streamer, and a board member of a nonprofit for mental health by night. She enjoys coaching and helping others grow and find their passions. She's also an admin for many shows on the app. Please, everybody, welcome to Own It, Classweem. Hope I said that correctly. Hello.
Congrats on your 5,900 faves, by the way.
Oh, thank you so. Who took that? Do you remember?
I don't know. I was typing. What was it? 5, 9, 8, whatever it was. I was like 2 away, and it was gone by then. So
I appreciate you reminding me and bringing that up because it's happened with the diamonds before, but because I'm on the show, I'm not really paying attention. So thank you for bringing that to my attention. How are you? Welcome to Own It. It's so nice to meet you.
I'm good. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Of course, any time. So I think I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, and then I have some questions for you. But tell everybody in your own words who you are. What do you do?
Well, I've been on this app for 5 years. I have not been a daily streamer for 5 years. I was a once-a-week streamer up until May of this year. And so I now stream every day. I'm on the board of a nonprofit called #SOS, #Suicide and Substance Abuse Awareness. We have 6 box lines of coping and distraction boxes for people with mental health issues. I admin for many shows on this app. Total right now is 8. But I mean, I can get you on any show that you want to get on. And really, I'm just here trying to make a difference. I'm a teacher by day. I teach in inner city Philadelphia. And yeah, I'm just kind of here to kind of blow off steam. But I've also kind of found that this is my place for people to come and talk to me about what they're going through and things like that as well.
I love that. No, I love that so much because it's such a, I love that. There's so many points I want to talk about, but also we can't talk about mental health on the feature show. So, but there's so many things that I when I read your bio, I was like, oh my gosh, I could definitely talk to her about so many things because not only are you a daily streamer, which is already my opinion, because we all have, one thing is for us to be daily streamers back in 2020, but to be a daily streamer now, like I'm even finding it difficult to stream other than the show. So that's something that you do, but you do so many other things as well. And I don't know, are you a mom?
No, I am not a mom. I'm a mom to 120 kids every school year.
I love that. I'm not a mom either, but I was going to say, if you're also a mom, that's also like another thing on your plate, right?
I am an aunt to 4 nieces and nephews, but
okay.
Yeah, 5. Sorry, I forgot one.
I love that. No, it's okay. It's okay. I want to talk about, first and foremost, how do you discipline yourself when it comes to daily streaming with all the other stuff that you do?
Well, honestly, May was the end of the school year, so it was really easy to just kind of, I'm hanging out, like the end of the school year is winding down. I've got free mental time. And that's the big thing for me. If I don't have the mental energy to do it, I'm not doing it. And so Friday nights were my big streaming days. And then I was like, I'm just going to do Saturdays. And then I just started, it was the weekend of Live Fest. I went to one of my streamers' birthday parties and they were all streamers. And I was like, well, let me just turn on my live stream in the middle of the day at 11 o'clock. Never happened ever. Let me just turn it on at 11 o'clock. And then from there, I never stopped, turning it on every day, depending on the time. Now I go back to school in September. So we'll figure out how it works in September because I'm not sure how it's going to work either.
What are you going back to school for?
No, I'm a teacher, so I'm going back to school to teach. So I've had the whole summer off to be able to dedicate to kind of streaming and doing things on here. But once the school year starts, I go back on August 25th.
Wait, what do you teach?
Do you really want to know?
Well, only if you don't have to tell me.
I teach Spanish.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. You speak Spanish?
I speak fluent Spanish.
What? That is amazing. Wait, so because, okay, so do you have Spanish in your family?
No, not at all.
Okay, so tell me about that journey a little bit. How did you start learning it?
So my mom, it's a funny story because my mom was trying to find cheap and convenient daycare. And there was a woman who ran an in-home daycare when I was like 6 weeks old. And she put me in a daycare that was down the street from my grandmother's house. So if she couldn't pick me up from work, my grandmother could come get me. And the woman happened to be from Spain. And when I tell you she was from Spain, her husband was a general of the Spanish army, like the big, huge, hand-painted, like gold framed Spanish army guy that you would see in your living room. I looked at this dude every day. He wasn't around, obviously, but I looked at him every day and she spoke nothing but Spanish. And so I didn't understand what was going on around me from the time I was 6 weeks old till the day before I went to kindergarten.
Wait, did he look like Don Quixote?
I don't actually, because at that time I didn't know what Don Quixote looked like. So, but now that I do, I'd have to go back and look at his picture.
Yeah. I love that. So then you started like learning. How did that happen?
She actually taught me the Spanish alphabet. She thought she taught me my English alphabet. So I went into kindergarten really confident. And when the kindergarten teacher started singing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, I was like, that is not what my alphabet sounds like. But I spoke English at home. So I heard the Spanish accent from the time I was 6 weeks old till the day before I went to kindergarten. And then I started studying in middle school, high school, and then I studied in Spain. And I've been teaching now going into my 21st year.
I love that. You know what's a funny, I guess it's funny or interesting fact or whatever, something that happens to me. I came when I was 14, right? But I've been here for many, many years already. I went to high school here. But my first language is Spanish. And something that I've never been able, I guess I can do it, but it takes a lot of energy out of me to do it. I can't count or say the alphabet in English. Like I could, but every time I have to count or do that, I just do it in Spanish.
Yeah.
So fast. And then I flip back to English, you know?
Yeah. No, that's funny.
Yeah. So no, I love that about you. So now you teach can you say what grades you
I teach
teach?
high school. I teach high school Spanish. I've taught Spanish 1 all the way up through AP.
All through AP? Oh my
All through AP
gosh.
Spanish, yeah.
That is crazy. AP Spanish is hard.
Yep.
I love that. Well, so how do you feel about the topic of the day, imposter syndrome? Is that
I really like it, and I think we're actually a good crew. I know Brandon really well too, so we're a good crew to actually talk about it because I know that we both struggle with this, thinking we're not good enough to be doing what we're supposed to be doing. And I know Brandon has those sentiments as well, and I might have just outed him for that, but whatever, he can tell you when he gets up here. So yeah, I mean, just with, and I won't talk much about it, but with this nonprofit, I met the person, the CEO of the nonprofit on this app. We were both admins for Role Model Fresh together.
No.
And the nonprofit started on this app. It was like a late night conversation about how she could help people years ago. And her stream came up with this idea. And so when we met, I've been a board member now for 2 years. When we met back in 2023, I met her through Roll. We were booking for her show together. And then I had gone through something and she was like, I really think you'd be a great board member. And so we've been like moving and pushing and using this app to like kind of just be more positive and help people. And yeah, we're moving the nonprofit from Utah all the way to Pennsylvania, partly so that I can help her and my students can help with the nonprofit. But it feels so unreal that it's going to be happening mid-September. Like we're bringing everything here because my students need community service hours to graduate. And so they're going to put the boxes together as their community service. And she's all the way in Utah. So she's driving all the way from Utah, bringing all the stuff here. She's going to train us. She's going to do all of that. And then she's going to go back to Utah.
And it all started on the app because you're all streamers.
Yeah.
Wow, that is a beautiful thing that, part of the things that we can create as a community on here. And I love that so much for you. And I love that you're both doing that. And that's a genius plan to have your students help you guys with that.
Yeah, it's super exciting. Plus, I mean, the demographics that we help, it's all, homelessness and stuff like that. And I'm in inner city Philadelphia. So it's definitely an area where the help is needed.
It is. Okay.
Yeah.
So When it comes to imposter syndrome, why do you feel like you struggle with it?
Partly because I feel like it's really hard to turn your traumas into a passion, right? And because we can't talk about it, you can only imagine what had happened. Turning my trauma into a passion to be able to help other people, like to be here right now, to think that 2 years ago this happened to me, and 2 years ago I became a part of the board, and 2 years later we're moving the entire nonprofit to my area. It's wild. It's crazy. You know what I mean? Just to think, like, do I have the manpower? Do I have the confidence to be able to do it? Do I have the local connections to be able to create things where people are going to donate vouchers and things like that? Like, I don't know that I have that, and because it's moving from such a small community in Utah, everybody knows each other in Utah. So if you know somebody that has a wood business, they've given you their wood. You know what I mean? In Philadelphia, they're not just giving you wood to create boxes. You have to go to Lowe's and do corporate donations and sponsorships, and it's crazy. It's a lot, but I'm excited about it.
I don't really know that. But I can only compare it. I'm in Los Angeles, and it's pretty much the same, although we do have a lot of like nonprofits and thing here, because here homelessness is huge as well. But I know exactly what you mean, where you feel that you've been through something, right? But because you're not an expert, or maybe you don't have the qualifications or the schooling or whatever it may be, depending on the scenario, right? That you can't help other people
Right.
with that.
I'm not as well versed in the nonprofit aspect of it, whereas she birthed the nonprofit, so she knows all of those things. And she's kind of handing it all over to Philadelphia, and I'm just like, I need you here, like, help. And she's like, no, you know way more than me. I was like, but I don't. She's like, yes, you do. We argue about it all the time.
But okay, so that is the beautiful thing about wanting to do something, even though you have this imposter syndrome, is that maybe, okay, so you do have the skills and the knowledge, right? It's just that you don't, maybe you feel like you don't. But even if you didn't and you really want to do something, you're already doing what you're supposed to do, which is team up with somebody who's an expert at it.
Right.
And those are the things that a lot of times we don't take into consideration. And I know I've been through my own share of being imposter syndrome with a lot of things in my life. And I too, I'm in a point in my life where I'm building some stuff. I'm in a transition from like entertainment to now entrepreneur and all these things. And in the back of my head, I have the little voice, but like, you've never built a business before. What are you doing? And then I always have to be shutting it down, right?
Yeah, like, this is a bad idea. Don't do that. Yeah, no, that's terrible.
Yeah. So, but the important thing is that we are doing it. And another thing that I was thinking about today, and why I thought about this topic specifically, I was actually blow drying my hair, and it came to me, and I was like, you don't need to be an expert at one thing specifically, like an expert, right? That have the highest qualification in something, to decide that you want to learn the skills, or amplify the skills or the gifts that we're already born with, because we're all born with gifts. It's just that only some of us choose to hone in those skills and make it and build something with them.
Right.
Right. But that doesn't make you an imposter. That just makes you human.
Right, exactly. And I guess to kind of add to that topic, we both the CEO of the nonprofit and myself, both have a little bit of imposter syndrome. Our phone calls are, well, I don't know what I'm doing, and like, it's a riot. If you could be just a fly on the wall during these conversations, I was like, you need to shut up because you know exactly what you're doing. She's like, no, you do. And I'm like, it's perfect. It works out so well. Danny.
I mean, honestly, no one who builds anything big in their lives has ever not felt some sort of imposter syndrome. Like, I'm sure every millionaire, every CEO, every nonprofit organization has felt at the beginning, what am I doing? But the important thing is that they're doing it. They're not stopping at their doubts. They're continuing to embrace what they really want to do, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to make a quick pause and thank everybody for being here. Thank you so much for the love, the support. Thank you for the gifts, you guys. Really, I appreciate it so much. Not just for me, for my guests. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome to Own It. If you are new on here, my name is Cicely. I go by That Cuban Girl on my social media. And this is a feature show called Own It that happens here every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Own It. And the intention with Own It is for you and I to become the best versions of ourselves through owning the uniqueness of who we are, because we all have a story that is worth sharing. And you know, the intention with Own It is to uplift, inspire, and make somebody's day a little bit better, or that you guys go home with at least one tip or one skill that could potentially use in your lives, right? So I just want to say thank you so much. I want to encourage you guys to favor me, follow me and my guests on our journeys and our streams. And today I'm talking to Class Swim. Did I say that right?
Yeah, Class Swim. Most people just call me Class, but Class Swim is my app government name, if you will.
Your app. Okay, what does it mean?
So KLA are my actual government initials, and I like to swim. But because I'm part of the models, the M is actually an M, but people forget about it. So I've like turned French on the app. They call me Class Sweet. And I'm like, no, that's not me. I'm Class Swim. But Roll started calling me Class back in 2020. So that's just kind of what it's been.
I love that. Okay, so we're talking to her today. She's a daily streamer, which already applause to you, because that is hard enough to do. I can only look up to you just for doing that, because God knows I've been trying to stream, not even daily, like 3 times a week, and it's been so difficult.
Right.
But she's a daily streamer. She's also a board member for a nonprofit organization by night, and she's also a teacher. And you know, you guys just keep up with her because she has amazing vibes, and let's continue to grow this community. Glyster! So you guys, so I want to continue this conversation for a little bit longer and ask you, what you've been in the app for 5 years and you've decided to admin other shows. What is like your favorite thing about admin other shows? Why did you choose to do that?
I didn't actually choose to admin my first show. I got a call one day that was like, I need you. I trust you. I need you. Can you please admin for Acting Out? And I was like, no, that's a big show. Like, I don't know anybody on the app. I can't book people. I can't, you know. She's like, well, you could just be in charge of the spreadsheet. Like, I just want to put your name out there, all of that stuff. So I started with her, and then I just, like, as I started doing it, I'm just a natural behind the scenes type of person. I didn't want to be in boxes. I didn't want to stream. I didn't want to do any of those things. So I was like, I'll book your show. I'll find talent. I'll do this. I'll do that. And that's kind of what I've been doing, just for 8 shows on the app. Some of the apps I don't book for. I score keep for. Others, I'm just there as the hype girl, but people have come to me and just asked me to admin. And it gets my name out there. It helps me. I help them because I have a large community of people that I book through, because I do book for Acting Out. And it's just kind of just connecting all of the, because I'm like you, where like vibes and energy are huge to me. And I can look at you and know off rip, this isn't going to work. Like, it's weird. I'm a Pisces. My intuition is Pisces, 100%. And I can tell you, I'm not going to like you. And try, and then 3 months later, I don't like you. So I've just stopped. Like, if I get a vibe from you, I'm good. You know what I mean? And being able to connect all of my like really high energy, high vibrations people together to create the community that we've created has just been so much fun. So just, I'm a people person. You know what I mean? I talk to everybody. I make friends everywhere I go. I know that like I can really talk to anybody, and that's kind of what I do here on the app. I go visit people, I talk to anybody, all of that stuff. So
I love that. No, and that's so true. I remember when I first started with Emoji J, because Emoji has been my only admin the entire time, right? And at the very, very beginning, when he didn't really know me that well, he booked 1 or 2 people that the vibes were just like not it. And I remember, I think it was probably 1 or 2, but it's probably 1 that I like texted him back, and I was like, Jay, no more like this person. Like, and it's not for anything bad. It's just like you said, vibes, and like, if they don't understand the vibes or the just being positive or stuff like that, then it's not gonna work out, you know. So I totally understand you when it comes to that, and that is amazing that you've gone from like being completely behind the scenes to like now you're out there booking people. So that reminds me, if any of you guys are interested in being a guest on any of the shows that she's an admin for, please talk to her. Um, you know, same with Emoji J. Just let's all connect with each other.
We all know each other. We all work together. It's crazy. All of the bigger admins on the app, we all talk to each other. If I need somebody, I'll come to Jay. Jay needs somebody, he comes to me. You know, like Beard Raider, same thing. Like we're all just kind of together, working together, because we do admin a lot of shows together.
All right. Well, before I let you go, I want to remind you, I always like to bring my guests back together at the very end of the show if you're available.
Most definitely.
But before I let you go, please give all your shout outs and things that you have going on.
Like I said, I admin for a bunch of shows. I admin for Role Model Fresh. I admin for PYT. I admin for Kawaii Gen Wars and Queen Honey as well. I got out of order. I don't admin anything on Wednesdays. Rolls Thursday. Big countries, men take a seat. We desperately need men to take a seat and have a roundtable discussion just about men's empowerment and things like that. So I do admin for Big Country. I admin for Brookie. She's doing the female version of Men Take a Seat, where women are going to take a seat. It's called Through a Different Lens. And I'm also adminning for Brookie's World to See. So if you're interested in being on any of those shows, please let me know. And coming up, I just came off of an auction. We did an auction for the nonprofit, and I'm kind of taking a break on events for right now. I do have an auction that I'm helping run in October that'll be for the nonprofit as well. But that's flyers will be coming out for that.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for being part of the show. I appreciate you being here. And everybody go favor her right now, but I will I will bring you back in the very last 5 minutes of the show, okay?
I'm definitely going to sit here and listen to Brandon, because if he tells me I'm wrong, I'll be seeing him later. Thank you.
Okay, love. See you later. Oh, I love her energy. I love that. Hello, everybody. Today's been such an engaged crowd. I love that so much. I feel like we had a couple of kind of off last two shows because we were having issues with the feature, but everyone today has been so engaged, and I so appreciate you guys for number one being here, your energy, writing in the comment box, the favors, the gives, the love, the likes, all the things, and just being respectful, which is super important to me on this show. Okay, so for the next couple of minutes, I'm gonna give shout outs to some people that I see here, and then to my top gifters, okay, because I do appreciate you guys and I want you to feel appreciated. So shout out to Mr. Redhead, hello again, Tim, Party Crasher, Don J, who else? Cubano, hello. Shout out to all the people that have favored me. A couple of you guys are Spur of the Moment. Cubano, thank you for the favorite. Mark favored me, thank you. Shout out to Emoji J. Shout out to Kiriat for the comment. I read it earlier and I appreciate you. The comment said, I believe if you experience something you know more than those educated in it, experience is more valuable and can be underestimated. I agree with that. Experience is very valuable. Shout out to Flirty Danny. Hello, my love, and shout out to Juliet. And now I'm going to give shout outs to my top gifters of the stream. And in number 3, just me. Thank you. Number 2, Grant. And number 1, Alas, Fave, Shermuta. I don't know what that means, but thank you. Oh, thank you for the wheel. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, class, for the wheel and the balloon and all the things. All right, my loves. So I have a quote, the quote of the day for you guys. And the quote of the day is about, obviously, the topic of the day, which is imposter syndrome. I guess today's quote is not so much of a quote. It is a quote. It's legit a quote, okay? But it sounds more of a statement to me, okay? So it says, your experience and background and skills have led you to know more than a lot of other people, and that is valuable. That actually reminds me of the comments that Carriette just sent a little while ago. It is so true, because your skills, your knowledge, all of those things that you've gone through are very valuable, and you don't need to, in my opinion, you don't need to be someone who's at the top of the food chain or at the top of the, of the law firm or anything to share your experiences. Like, I didn't win Miss Cuba Universe last year when I competed, but I made top 12. I competed, I was there. So you're going to tell me that I need to be crowned in order to help other girls get started in pageantry? Absolutely not, because I've been on the stage. And it's the same with you guys. Like, you guys have so many skills and experiences that make you knowledgeable, experts, and valuable. So whatever you guys want to do in your lives and you're afraid to do it, or you feel like an imposter, I want to invite you to please work on your mindset. Is the only thing that's going to really help you get rid of that imposter syndrome or the negative self-limiting thoughts and ideas that you may have. If you want to start that business, just start the business. If you want to show up like a millionaire, but you're not a millionaire, show up like a millionaire and share with people the journey that you're going through before you became a millionaire. But just do it. Why not? The only thing I know for sure is that I don't want to die tomorrow and regret not doing anything I've wanted to do. So with that said, welcome everybody to Own It. This is a featured hour. My name is Cicely. I go by that Cuban girl. And today we're talking about imposter syndrome from strategically and only our opinions, okay? So I'm about to welcome my second guest of the day. Did he request the guest box? Yes, okay. So let me introduce my second guest of the day. He is a newly returning streamer, father of 2 daughters, electrician, freestyle rapper, mental health advocate. Please, everybody, welcome to Own It. It's Brandon.
Hi there.
Hello, how are you?
I'm well. I'm well. Through it's been a long day, but I'm glad to be here.
Really? Well, you look great. You sound great. So that's a win.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Class.
So Brandon, I know I introduced you, but is there anything you want to let everybody know about you?
I try to keep it short. I mean, I've done I started on POF and I'd been on and off the app for probably about 4 years. Probably like 2 years streaming time. And we just got back about just under 2 months ago and just making a good effort to try to be here, be present, and do what we can to help the people around us. Built a community that's I've seen some of these people, since from the beginning, and some new faces and stuff, and some brought back some streamers myself, and it's just been nice to be here, good and the bad. You know what I mean? You're new today as well, emoji. Okay, very good, very good.
Yeah, I can. So Brandon, what brought you back?
I had some extra time in my hands. I was waiting on a project to kick off for a buddy. I work for builders, and I work for a lot of local business owners in the area that I grew up, south of Detroit. And an investor pulled out, had some free time in my hands. I had been on other apps. I got recruited through another app and had been on some a smaller one and some bigger ones. But this is always kind of home, right? Like, this has always been kind of a lot of my people here, and I figured why not come out here, and we've been doing pretty decent so far, and pushing for top edge here and all that good stuff.
I love that. No, it's so true, because I've also not recently, but I think about a year or so ago, I tried to also dabble in other apps, and I was like, this is not the vibe.
Yeah. It's not always for everybody, and this might not be a place for everybody. You have to just find out what room you feel valued in, and then go there. And like I said, take the good with the bad. There's this. I always say to people, especially when they're starting out, your experience on this app will be dictated by the people you surround yourself with, and you just do your best to keep a good filter.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so you've mentioned that you are pushing for top edge. What are you missing?
I have to return a form from the email. I actually got an email just yesterday.
Oh, that's it?
I
I was gonna be like, okay, everybody, go to his profile and like help him. But okay.
We've done pretty good, and hopefully you attract what you're spending time around. I believe that. Hopefully I'm able to see that, but I'm supposed to be attending the rundown. So we'll see how it goes.
I love that. Yay. Well, congratulations. I'm sure it's
Thank you.
well deserved. Um, Today we're talking about imposter syndrome. How do you feel about that?
Uh, it's an interesting situation. I've never really like used the nomenclature, but I've always kind of felt like sometimes things are a bit surreal. Um, you do your best, right? Like you just do your best, and it seems like it doesn't matter how you try to keep your hands clean. You try not to dabble in the riffraff, but sometimes it finds you, and you just try to just shrug that all away. So it's like I see a lot of stuff out here where um, people maybe have like the wrong intentions. You know what I mean? For being here, I've always felt like this is a good place to look for people that need help with mental health. It just seemed like something that's kind of prevalent. That's not to talk about too much, as you mentioned before. So this is a good place for that. And then when I did that, I'd see sometimes it would kind of backfire on me. I'd be trying to put a lot of time and energy into things. So right now, it's just like I don't know, like, I wanted to do that. I always said I'm an advocate and everything like that, but that's why I said I'm just an advocate. I was a psychology minor, but I have no achieved degree. It's just an opinion, like you said. I'm a firm believer in that. And I don't know sometimes what I'm doing out here. If I'm being honest, I don't know what I'm doing out here sometimes. I feel like I do it well. I mean, it doesn't look bad in the process, but I sometimes don't, it's like, was I pushing that? Was I doing this? Sometimes it's more ambiguous. I do know that I'm building a community, and I'm trying to do my best to keep them in good place, in a good mind state, and progressive in their own goals and with their mission. Sometimes I find that the people are going to do what they're going to do. They're going to be who they're going to be, and no matter how much vested interest or how much time and effort you put into them, it just is what it is. But so I kind of have to live and let live sometimes. So right now I've kind of dialed back on a little bit of stuff, and I really just am kind of taking things as they come. So it's like when I said my primary pointed content was looking to try to help people in their lives, as of late it's kind of burnt me, if I'm being honest. So it makes you feel like, what am I doing? Is this a good objective? Is this a good way to spend my time? And I want to, because there's like a proverb, and I won't make it too long. But the proverb is, there's two men standing around a campfire, right? And one, the fire's dying out. When the man number one reaches down for kindling, and he goes to grab some dry wood, and a snake is there, right? And he gets too close to the snake, so the snake, in a defensive act, tries to leap towards the man. He moves his hand out of the way. Snake lands in the fire, right? And he said, haha, you know what I mean? That's what you get. Well, the other man, he grabs the snake, reaches in the fire, gets burnt, gets bit, throws the snake to safety. And then man number one says to man number two, why would you do that? That snake tried to attack me. He got his just deserves. The other man says, it's in the nature of the snake to bite people. You know what I mean? It's just what he does. But it's in my nature to keep things out of harm's way. So you don't ever let the nature of one thing change your own nature, right? So that's what I'm kind of figuring out right now. It's like, I really want to do certain things out here, and I'm doing my best. And I just have to take it in stride, I guess, when it doesn't always pan out, you know?
Thank you so much for sharing that story, because that was an aha moment. It's a beautiful story, but it's so true. Like, it's so true. And I think it's important to help people, but also we have to do it with boundaries and with also taking care of ourselves, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%. It's Class is a daily streamer now, and you said you struggle to stream daily, but for somebody who comes out here every day, if you guys are one of those people, it gets mentally taxing sometimes. Sometimes it's a blast, but there's certain days where you drain little to no social battery, and then other days where you're like struggling. You're like, but I'm here. I'm here. I'm patient. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? But it's like it gets tough sometimes. Some people try to make it not a great place to be. Um, Being an empath is rough, and I agree with that, Class, because it's like you feel a lot for other people, and then you want to do a lot for other people, but it's not always in their nature to understand and reciprocate that. And sometimes, if it's just not enough, they might not be a great person to you, you know? So it's a tough situation to navigate that constantly shifting environment of trying to do what you want to do, have that balance, take care of yourself, take care of other people. I find myself not necessarily taking enough time for myself, and I hear that from a lot of people. And so I've tried to do that a little bit, and I found myself just very recently trying to help a few people. And when one person, it just didn't seem like, I'm like, listen, I can't do this anymore. I'm really trying to help you, but it seems like you're constantly doing something, and then they go off the handle. It's like, okay, I'm the bad guy. I get
No,
it.
but you're not the bad guy, and it's so important to know those when those things happen. It's okay to step back, right? Like you can lovingly step back, but also taking care of yourself is super important. Like I, I mean, I'm not. Are you a daily streamer?
I stream every day. I actually stream to do what I was doing, and we have made really good headway. But to do what I was doing, I was streaming 12 hours a day
That's
daily.
a lot. That's very. That's literally more than like past burnout. Like that is so much.
Oh.
Do you have any like self-care practices that you do for you?
A lot of it's cathartic. And for the people that are like, that maybe that's not a common word that you use. It's like you kind of you find it therapeutic almost to help people with their stuff, and it in turn helps you. Um, Lately, I haven't really been getting that same feeling. I've been feeling like, I don't know. I feel like maybe I haven't now. I because it hasn't felt as cathartic. I feel like I've been trying to dial back and have some self care practices. I'm just a silver lining person. I'm always a person that always says chasing happiness every day doesn't make any sense. If somebody was sad every day, we'd feel like they'd had issues. But if somebody's happy every day, it just means you're manic. You still got issues. You can't chase one thing. It's a range of emotions, right? So you're supposed to experience this range of emotions. You're supposed to, without an example of being sad or being down, how are you really supposed to appreciate being happy? Without being broke, how are you supposed to appreciate having money and being well to do? And without be feeling maybe isolated, or how are you supposed to experience and really appreciate in the moment being surrounded by good people? So you just have to take everything in stride. My self-care practice is just try to have perspective. you know does that make sense?
No, yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. I mean, we all recharge differently. Like for me, I have to, like a way of me to recharge. I mean, I'm not necessarily a daily streamer, but I take a day off if I can, like off of like content or like everything else, right? Just for me, just to recharge, just to like,
Yeah,
I don't know, put my feet in the sand. I don't know.
I
You
get
know.
it. I get it.
I love that. Well, everybody, I just want to welcome everybody in. Welcome to Own It. Today we're talking about imposter syndrome, and we do have a few minutes left of the future hour. But I
Yeah.
want to invite my second guest. Wait, before I do this, hold on. Shout out all your stuff, Brandon.
Okay, yo. So Brandon for Top Edge. We've been hustling, we've been grinding. There's a lot of good people around me, and shout out to Trouble D. She's in the name. She's a new streamer, and she's really been coming up in a good way. Shout out to Liv Robin. She's been there, been instrumental. I've known her for a long time. My big supporters, the people that are up and coming, and everybody that's kind of been on with me on this journey. You guys know who you are if you're here, and I'll keep the other platforms off and everything like that. I just, I'm just appreciative, really. I don't have a lot to plug in. You know what I mean? I had like a little thing coming up, but based on some certain circumstances, I think I'm gonna probably revise the timeline or mission of that. And it's been in this past, like, from like 12 p.m. or 12 a.m. last night to today. I'm doing some like rethinking about who I'm around, which is a tough situation, but it's crucial. So just as far as it goes right now, shout out to the people that have been there, and if you know, you know.
I love that. Yeah, and that's really important. Well, and we don't know each other that well, but just know you have a friend here if you ever need somebody to talk about.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. So you guys, I just want to welcome my second guest of the day into the but first, actually she was my first guest into the chat box, the guest box, because we're going to end the show the next few minutes with thoughts from all of us together. Let me see.
Ooh, big screen.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey, class.
Hey,
Hi.
Brandon.
Hi, class. Well, I just want to
Hi.
say thank you so much to both of you guys for being on the show, first and foremost, and for sharing your stories and just your energy. I know we all do a lot in our real lives and on the app, and there's a lot going on. And so I just want to, end the show with final thoughts on today's topic or anything else you guys want to share with people. If you have any tips for people watching or anything you want to share with us, this is your time.
Go ahead, Brandon.
Know your worth. Know who you are at your core. I always say I try to wake up in the morning. I'm happy with the man that I see. When I lay my head down on the pillow at night, I don't lose any sleep. And as long as you can do those two things and make sure your hands clean in between, I think that's important.
Yeah, that's amazing. Class?
I think my biggest thing and the thing I remind myself of every day is when we come out of the womb, we're born with a life that is empty and meaningless. And the life that we create is the one we attach meaning through our experiences from, right? And life is 90% or 10% what happens to you, 90% how you react to it. And if you choose the right reaction and you choose to move the way you move, and you're like Brandon said, your hands are clean, you can do nothing but go up from there. So create meaning that's like serious and near and dear to your heart, and always have a purpose for what you're doing.
Yeah,
But
that's very true. Well, I have to disagree with the first part though. I don't think our lives are meaningless when we're born.
No. I'm saying like your brain, your mentality, like your experiences are empty and meaningless. Like nothing, like when you're the last one picked for the kickball team in kindergarten, somehow you can't remember anything from kindergarten, but you can remember that was the first moment you felt worthless.
mm,
That's the type of thing I'm talking about. So attaching meaning as you go through life,
no.
forgive what has happened to you and move on from there.
I think it's a small world, when you do things like that. Is I have two children, obviously, and my daughters will talk to me about what's serious in their life, and I'm like, oh, I get it. It was serious in my life at one point in time too, right? But as you grow, your horizons expand, your life experience become more rich, and you start to have a different standard for what matters and what doesn't. For things that don't register on your radar, so to speak. We're all blips, if that, on the radar in this universe, this ever expanding, infinitely expanding universe. Knowing what's up here and what's down here and this, that, and the other. It's like a lot of it is just faith or speculation or assumption, maybe a little bit of research in between. But at the end of the day, we know that like the most important part of life is living it, and just being here and being present and here and now, with the people that you care about and doing what is important to you, you know.
I love that. The most important thing about life is living it. Dang, okay. I love that. All right, guys. So to close the show, I always like asking my guests one thing, and that is, what is one thing? I guess you kind of have touched on it a little bit, but if you think of something else, if not, that's okay. What is one thing that you can own up?
But you can do what?
That you can own up, like own up about yourself.
Class?
Dang it.
I got him.
I would say when I did my reset in kind of how I was going to go about my adult life, straight out of college, whatever it was, I took a couple personal development classes. And the thing I can say is I'm definitely a powerful and courageous teacher for my students. Is that what you meant? Something like that? What can you own?
Yeah, it can be anything positive or anything that comes to mind that you can own about yourself. Because the show's called Own It, and I think
I
whether
just
it's
wanted to make sure I did the right thing.
yeah, no, that was perfect. Thank you for that.
My turn. Um, I'm not perfect. We're all born
You
sinners,
stole
right?
mine.
I got her again. Both of you. I'm 2 for 0 or 2-0 right now. 2-0.
I got you right.
Um,
Don't worry about it.
so, but aiming for perfection is like one of my things that I do. I always tell my kids the same thing, like aim for perfection. Don't ever think that you're going to achieve it. But when you fall short, anything you do is going to be acceptable. So I try to do my best. And, like every day, I try to do my best, and I try to move with good intent. And again, going back to the thing I was talking about, I just try to be happy with what I've done. Um, so if people have a difference in opinion or whatever, or you ever feel different, sometimes look back and say, hey, I tried my best. And if you're a capable individual, that's probably going to be a pretty good effort, you know?
Yeah, 1000%. And
Producer.
yeah, what I was gonna say was that for me, it's that I don't have to be perfect. I just have to be me, and that's enough, right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
I totally agree with both of you guys. And once again, thank you both for being on the show, for your energy, for your insights, for everything. I appreciate you so, so much. Please, everybody, go check out daily streamer Class Swim. Favorite her, connect with her, her nonprofit, all the things, all the things. And it's Brandon. Congratulations on your top batch. And
Not yet, not yet, not yet. But yeah, we're
you're in the process of it, you know.
yeah, something like that.
By the time I see you again, you're probably gonna be it. So, but
Thank you.
anyway, congrats on like just grinding for it and actually putting the time and.
Thank you.
Y'all
Yeah.
show up for Brandon at the rundown. Brandon for top badge, most definitely. That's really what he needs to say. Show up and say my name and my emojis in the comments of the rundown.
Yeah, do that. That part. And that part. That part.
Is it
You
this
know what I'm saying?
Friday?
At least so it's like I got the email yesterday, so yeah, I'll be there this Friday at 3 p.m. Yeah, but I'll just be attending until, you know, whatever I hear something or don't hear something or whatever it might be. But yeah, I mean, I'm hopefully we've been pushing. I've been pushing like milli half weeks since I've got back. So I mean, we've been like grinding like hours on hours trying to hit contests and do this and do this, and it's like it's been a huge achievement relative to like my previous rate of growth and stuff. So I was really hoping I attended my class and there was some good information there, and there's been some good people supporting me and a lot of good affirmations. So hopefully we do. And but yeah, if you want to show up, run down 3 p.m. Friday, Chris Casper, all that stuff.
Amazing. Well, thank you again for being here, and best of luck with everything, you guys. And anything you guys need, just make sure you connect with me, okay?
Most
But
definitely.
Likewise.
Thank you.
And you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and bye Brandon. Before we end the show, I do have to give some shout outs because I truly appreciate you all for being here, for the gifts, for the love, for everything. So shout out to, you were great, Cuban. Thank you so much, Random. Shout out to, I'm gonna do my top 5. So number 5, Kyriad. Number 4, Just Me. Number 3, Grant. Number 2, Alice Fabe. And number 1, Class Swim. Thank you so much, Class Swim. I so appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. To both my guests, I appreciate you so much for being here, for everything, and know that you're always welcome back on the show. And to my amazing admin, it was the balloon bonus. That was the wheel bonus. Okay, thank you so much anyway for sending that wheel. But to my amazing admin emoji Jay, thank you for being here every single Tuesday. And please, guys, connect with me on the other platforms as well and everything else. And make sure that we stay connected because this is the whole reason of doing feature shows. So without further ado, I'm going to say farewell until next Tuesday, and I will see you here at 5 p.m. Eastern time, so you and I can own it. Bye, my loves.